I want you to begin by finding a comfortable environment and allow yourself to settle into stillness. Remember, stillness, silence, isn't weakness, it's strength. Embrace that and take this moment for yourself. Take a few deep breaths. Let go of the distractions of the day. Invite yourself into a moment of calm, a moment to be fully present. This is a space for quiet observation and exploration. Feel free to close your eyes, to remove all distraction, and just be here in the moment. Now, imagine you are standing in front of Black Square by Kazimir Malevich. It doesn't matter if you've never seen this painting before. Picture it. Painted in 1915, the artwork measures approximately 79.5 by 79.5 centimeters. It is painted with oil on linen and depicts exactly what the title suggests: a solid black square positioned on a white background. The black square itself isn't perfectly symmetrical. It has slight imperfections around the edges and appears somewhat textured. Over time, the black paint has developed fine cracks, adding subtle detail and allowing elements of the white underpainting to show through. The square sits slightly off-center on the canvas, and the white border around it creates a stark contrast, emphasizing the square's flat, void-like presence. As you encounter the work, you might notice at first the simplicity of its form, a black square on a white background. There's nothing here to understand in the usual sense. There are no figures, no landscapes, no recognizable objects. There's just a square. Breathe in and allow yourself to consider it more closely, without expectation, without analysis. It doesn't matter if you've never seen this work before. Create an image in your mind of what you feel when you think of this concept. What feelings does this black square evoke in you? Do you feel puzzled, curious, perhaps even challenged? Whatever it is, simply notice it without judgment. Name it. When Black Square was produced, it was a radical departure from all that came before it. Malevich called this style suprematism, meaning that he wanted to focus on the supremacy of pure feeling over the representation of objects. Writing in the New Yorker, Tatiana Tolstaya described it as the most famous, most enigmatic, and most frightening painting known to man. With an easy flick of the wrist, Malevich once and for all drew an uncrossable line that demarcated the chasm between old art and new art, between a man and his shadow, between a rose and a casket, between life and death, between God and the devil. In his own words, he reduced everything to the zero of form. Zero, for some reason, turned out to be a square, and this simple discovery is one of the most frightening events in art in all of its history of existence. Standing in front of black square, there is no thing to look at, only the sensation of seeing itself, an invitation to engage in an experience of pure presence. Think of it as a moment to let go of labels, names, or meanings, and connect with the feeling that arises simply from being here, before this dark, unknowable space. What if this black square, so stark and empty, is actually a window, a space through which you're invited to let your mind wander, drift, and perhaps even dissolve into nothingness? For some, the square's darkness may seem heavy or blank, but if you allow yourself to soften and stay with it, it might start to feel like a doorway into the vast unknown, a moment to see without needing to explain or rationalize. Notice the surrounding white border. This border can symbolize the boundary between what we understand and what we don't. The square's blackness invites us into a meditative space of mystery, while the white border reminds us that we can always return to what is familiar and known. Now consider a thought from Professor Philip Shaw from the University of Leicester, who suggests that black square is more than just an absence of imagery. It's an invitation to confront the sublime, the overwhelming feeling of encountering something larger than yourself, something that goes beyond explanation. This sense of the sublime connects with the space we create when we allow ourselves to see fully, to let go of definitions, and experience things as they are. As you breathe in and out, ask yourself, how often do I let myself sit with the unknown without needing to explain or solve it? How often do I just feel without rushing to label those feelings? Take a moment to imagine this black square as a symbol of that kind of presence, a presence that accepts not knowing and sits peacefully within it. What emerges for you when you let go of trying to understand and just be with it? In your day-to-day life, can you make space to see in this way, to step back from labels, from rushing to find meaning, and instead connect more fully to the experience of just being? Consider each breath now as an opportunity to do this. Each inhale and exhale can be a chance to enter that black square of your own mind, that peaceful space of presence. Finally, when you feel ready, gently bring yourself back to the present. Reflect on what the black square has revealed to you, not in words or answers, but perhaps as a feeling, an openness, a reminder of the beauty of the unknown. Allow yourself to carry this openness with you into your day, a reminder to be present, to connect deeply, to see rather than just look. Continue to take deep breaths in and out, and sit with your thoughts for a moment longer. Then, when you are ready, open your eyes and return to your surrounds with this newfound knowledge, with this newfound presence.